Hi, my name's Helene Kibler. I'm a parishioner of St. Josephat Ukrainian Catholic Church, and today I'm going to make a Pysanka, which is the Ukrainian decorated Easter egg. With the pencil, I was just marking some little dots so that I can make a pretty straight line. So now I'm heating up the kistka, which is the tool with which I'm going to draw with wax. And it's beeswax. And beeswax is very strong, and this is what should be used rather than just a paraffin wax, because it'll adhere to the egg much better. Now when the wax is hot, it flows like ink. So what we're doing is when I'm making markings on a white egg, everything underneath the wax will remain white. That is the color of the egg at the time I'm making the marking. Once you have the basic lines formed, then it's much easier to do your geometric patterns. So I'm making a rosette here. A rosette is actually a symbolic symbol of Christ. Every element on the egg, there's a symbolic meaning for. I'm not naturally, I'm not an artist, but I'm able to draw a straight line, and I always have been able to do that, so I think this helps. That helps. But even if you've never done this before and can't draw a straight line, you would be shocked to see how beautiful your egg would turn out. I have now drawn in wax every pattern on the egg that I want to remain white. The next color is going to be yellow, and then the remaining colors that I want need to go in successive depth and darkness. So now I'm going to put it in the yellow dye, and that will just sit there for a few minutes. Now our egg is yellow, so every succeeding part of the pattern that I want to remain yellow, I'm now going to cover with wax. These lines here, they're called pine needles, and they actually symbolize eternal life. So I'm just filling in on the yellow dye to make something of a circle in green. There's a couple of ways to apply a specialized color in this manner. I just like to use a Sharpie. So these Pysanka have been made for centuries, and it predates Christianity, which came to Ukraine in 988. In pagan times, there's a legend that a monster was chained to the side of a cliff, and as long as these eggs were being made, every year the monster's chains would hold. If the egg making stopped, the chains would be broken and the monster and evil would be unleashed. Okay, so I'm just making some cross hatch lines. And the net design represents Jesus fishing for men. And the last piece I'm going to do is fill in the intersection of the rosette. I want that to remain red, so I have to cover that with wax. The last dye that we're going to do here is black. So black actually becomes the background. Okay, so now we want to reveal the design, so we have to melt the wax off. What I'm going to do is carefully hold it next to the flame to melt the wax, and I can see the wax will turn shiny as it gets warm. And then I'm just going to go in small stages and wipe. I don't want to hold it too long to the flame because the egg actually could crack. So it's kind of a delicate balance. And there's the completed egg. The design, if you remember the colors that we had covered up, and now they're revealed.